In a world that often celebrates virtue and emphasizes the importance of kindness, compassion, and selflessness, the pursuit of being good is generally seen as a purely positive endeavor. From childhood teachings to societal expectations, we are largely conditioned to strive for moral integrity and embody the ideals of a virtuous individual. However, beneath this seemingly bright exterior lies a more complex reality, a subtle, often unacknowledged dark side to the relentless quest for goodness. When not balanced with self-interest, assertiveness, and a touch of healthy rebellion, this quest can have unintended consequences. While the intention behind wanting to be good is noble, an unwavering commitment to this can lead to personal depletion, the erosion of boundaries, and a suppression of one's authentic self. Ironically, this can cast unexpected shadows on the very light one seeks to embody. One of the most immediate and tangible consequences of constantly striving to be good is the risk of emotional exhaustion and burnout. The ongoing effort to prioritize others' needs, provide unwavering support, and take on responsibilities beyond one's capacity can drain emotional reserves significantly. Individuals who consistently place others first may end up neglecting their own well-being, pushing their own needs to the bottom of an ever-growing list of obligations. This chronic self-neglect can lead to fatigue, irritability, anxiety, and even depression. The relentless giving, without adequate replenishment, creates an unsustainable imbalance, leaving the good person feeling depleted, resentful, and ironically less capable of offering genuine kindness over time. Eventually, the very source of their goodness may run dry, leaving behind only a hollow echo of their former altruistic selves. Furthermore, the unwavering desire to be good can lead to the erosion of personal boundaries. Individuals who prioritize the needs of others above their own often struggle to say no, even when faced with unreasonable demands or requests that infringe upon their time, energy, or resources. This challenge stems from a fear of disappointing others and being perceived as selfish or unhelpful. Over time, a lack of boundaries can lead to exploitation and resentment, as others may come to expect constant availability and accommodation, taking the good person's generosity for granted. Ironically, the very act of trying to please everyone can result in feeling used and undervalued, creating inner conflict and a simmering sense of injustice. Another significant drawback of relentless goodness is the potential suppression of one's authentic self. The constant focus on meeting external expectations of what constitutes good behavior can stifle personal desires, opinions, and even anger. Individuals may suppress aspects of their personality that they fear might be seen as negative or undesirable, leading to a sense of inauthenticity and a disconnect from their true selves. This can manifest as the feeling of living a life that isn't genuinely their own, a performance of goodness rather than a true expression of their inner landscape. The fear of judgment can become a powerful inhibitor, preventing the good person from fully embracing their complexities and vulnerabilities, ultimately hindering genuine self-acceptance and fulfillment. The relentless pursuit of goodness can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, such as feelings of martyrdom and resentment. When individuals consistently sacrifice their own needs and desires for the sake of others without receiving adequate recognition or reciprocation, bitterness can begin to fester. They may feel as though they are shouldering an unfair burden, with their sacrifices going unnoticed or unappreciated. This resentment can erode the foundation of their good intentions, transforming acts of kindness into grudging obligations. As a result, their internal narrative may shift from genuine altruism to silent suffering, undermining the positive impact of their actions and creating internal turmoil. Moreover, an unwavering commitment to being good can lead to inaction or a reluctance to engage in necessary conflicts. The desire to always be agreeable and to avoid causing offense can prevent individuals from standing up for themselves or others when it's truly needed. The fear of being perceived as bad can paralyze them, hindering their ability to challenge injustice or express dissenting opinions. This passive form of goodness can inadvertently enable negative behaviors and perpetuate harmful situations. True goodness often requires courage and the willingness to engage in difficult conversations and confrontations. Furthermore, the relentless pursuit of external validation through acts of goodness can create a fragile sense of self-worth. When one's identity becomes solely tied to being perceived as good, their self-esteem relies heavily on external approval. Any perceived failure to meet these expectations or any criticism can be deeply wounding, leading to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. True self-worth should be rooted in a deeper sense of self-acceptance, independent of external validation or the constant need to perform acts of goodness. The concept of the shadow self, as explored in Jungian psychology, emphasizes the importance of integrating the darker, less socially acceptable aspects of our personality. Relentlessly suppressing these negative traits in the pursuit of constant goodness can lead to their unconscious manifestation in unhealthy ways. Unacknowledged anger may turn into passive aggression. Suppressed desires can lead to resentment, and denied selfishness can manifest as subtle forms of manipulation. True wholeness does not come from eradicating these darker aspects, but from consciously acknowledging and integrating them into a balanced and authentic self. Understanding the dark side of being good is essential, but this isn't an argument against kindness, compassion, or altruism. These qualities are vital for a thriving society and meaningful human connections. Instead, it's a call for balance, self-awareness, and the recognition of one's own needs within the framework of ethical behavior. True goodness isn't about sacrificing oneself or suppressing one's own identity. It's about acting with integrity, empathy, and kindness while establishing healthy boundaries, honoring personal needs, and embracing the full spectrum of human emotions and experiences. In conclusion, while aspiring to be good is undoubtedly noble, an unyielding and unchecked pursuit of this ideal can lead to unintended negative consequences. Emotional exhaustion, eroded boundaries, suppressed authenticity, resentment, inaction, and a fragile sense of self-worth are some of the shadows cast by a relentless commitment to being good all the time. True well-being and the ability to sustain genuine kindness require a more nuanced approach, one that integrates self-care, assertiveness, and the acceptance of our inherent complexities. By acknowledging the potential pitfalls of relentless goodness, we can work toward a more balanced and sustainable form of ethical living that nurtures both ourselves and those around us. This allows our light to shine more authentically and enduringly, free from the self-imposed constraints of a gilded cage. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.